Okay, guys, I'm gonna talk about the other divisions. Okay, the biggest upsets for me, the biggest upsets. I thought Nicky Ryan would win his division, 77, and he lost in the first round. Now I think he lost because he got tired. And I still think that if he was, if you look at his match against Canuto, I mean, no excuses. Okay, Canuto won. He won fair and square. No excuses. I just think that there was a strategical mistake by Nicky Ryan. Now, Nicky Ryan is super young, super talented. I think he's going to have his day in the sun, no doubt. However, I like to follow him online. I like to watch him. Like, he puts his live rolls. He's just crushing guys in practice, just absolutely crushing guys. I think he didn't pace himself. He worked hard. He worked super hard. He just wasn't super efficient. He was super effective, not super efficient. These are two different things. Being effective and being efficient are two different things. I think this was the case. Now, I've had the privilege of rolling with Nicky Ryan. I could tell you his technique is pristine. I think he just overexerted himself, underestimated his opponent, and it bit him in the ass. That's what happened. I think he could have won this division. I also think he put on too much muscle, guys. Sometimes more muscle is not good. There's a level of muscle, guys, it's not good. But even that, I don't think that's the case. I think he has to rethink his training. I think he has to do more conditioning. Conditioning is paramount. It came down to conditioning. It came down to him overexerting himself, kind of shooting himself in the foot. And he just looked like he got a little bit tired. I think if he goes back to the drawing board, adjusts this one detail, learns to be more efficient, and not just focus on being effective. Effectiveness is very important, but so is efficiency. It's a balance. Look at Gordon Ryan. He was incredibly effective. Still, he was incredibly efficient. Incredibly efficient and incredibly effective. You can't just go out there and try to be effective. You can't just go and spend energy trying to force your way onto somebody. It works some of the time, but sometimes it doesn't work. And, I'll give you another example. Like the Ruotolo brothers are both super effective, not super efficient. What does that mean, super efficient? If I try to teach a regular Joe, somebody who's not that athletic, to fight like the Ruotolos, it wouldn't work. Effectiveness relies a lot on your athletic ability. Now, you could do a leg lock like Paul Harris. It's not going to work for you, though. Unless you're as big and as strong and you have as much torque as he does, it can work. It's effective. Yes, it works if you have that much torque to back it up. However, it's not efficient. Efficient is I can do more with less. Okay, that's the ultimate goal of Jiu-Jitsu. That's the ultimate goal. Today I was talking to one of my students and I was telling them I do this over that. And they were like, why? I'm like, well, because this particular move you're doing is a B move. What does it mean? It doesn't work on a bigger, stronger opponent. And I had just done the A move on my student. And my student was like, well, I'm not bigger and stronger than you. I was like, yeah, no, I understand. You're not bigger and stronger than me. We're the same size roughly. I wasn't trying to say you're bigger and stronger, but it should work on somebody bigger and stronger. Don't forget for those of you who don't remember the initial principles of Jiu-Jitsu, okay? Elio Gracie used to always say, he gave us the standard for blue belt. A blue belt can beat an untrained. The definition of blue belts, you could beat somebody who's untrained but bigger and stronger. That's the basic level of Jiu-Jitsu, okay? Then after that, you have to beat somebody who's bigger and stronger and educated in Jiu-Jitsu. He's got skills. That's the ultimate goal. Does this technique work on somebody who's schooled, bigger and stronger? Now, the Ruotolo brothers are incredibly athletic. Nicky Ryan, incredibly athletic. Now, when you're competing in sports, that helps a lot. It totally helps. Super important. However, can you do those moves that they're doing if you're a regular Joe? In my opinion, a lot of them is a no. So in the pure sense of Jiu-Jitsu, it's not the A++ technique. And I'm not saying I know those techniques, or I just think Jiu-Jitsu hasn't discovered them totally yet. Totally. There are some A++ moves. When I tell somebody, hey, that move is an A++ maneuver, that means I believe that if I'm fighting somebody who's schooled, bigger and stronger than me, it'll work. I trust that move. That move will work for me. If I get to this position and I apply this maneuver, it will work. I have tested it against bigger, stronger, super athletic, very well educated grapplers. It'll work. That for me is A++. You can't get better than that. So I think the Ruotolo brothers are fantastic. They're super effective, super technical. They're incredible. Their finishes are incredible. They have this amazing buggy choke. Always, you see if somebody passes their guard, they go right away into buggy. And even if they don't get it, you have to retreat. The man on top has to retreat. We saw a lot of buggy choke attempts. It's not easy now to just pass their guard and dominate them with a pass. They wrap you up in a submission that relies on you. You have to defend. And when you defend, they easily regard. It's a brilliant system. I love it, guys. I started doing buggy chokes myself. And I only do it when I'm super warmed up. I don't have their long legs, but I still manage to get it sometimes. And if I don't score the sub, it does allow me to regard. It's a fantastic system. I absolutely love it. Danis couldn't even qualify for ADCC at this point. Are you talking about Dylan Danis? How would Dylan Danis do versus Gordon Ryan? That's from Dark T. Guys, it would be a submission. Easy. Guys, no joke here.